Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for coming. We're going to do what we always do, this wonderful opportunity of sending out love and light to our beloved Earth. Let's take some slow, deep breaths to get into that peaceful, receptive state. So we breathe in slowly and deeply. We hold our breath. We breathe out. And then we hold our breath. Let's do that for a few more breaths. Now let's listen for our heartbeat. Our heartbeat, which is a pulse of light coming down through the silver cord from our mighty iron presence, anchoring in our heart, giving us life. Let's just see and feel and bless that heartbeat. That heartbeat that anchors into that beautiful threefold flame, which is the anchorage of our mighty I Am presence within our physical bodies. Let's just connect with that beautiful flame as we sit in that expanded golden flame in the center, golden yellow flame of wisdom and illumination, perception and discrimination. We see our bodies in this beautiful, dazzling golden flame. To the right, we can see the pink flame, that glorious, dazzling pink flame of pure divine love. And then we see to the left of us that beautiful expanded flame, that sapphire blue, bringing into us the feeling of the will, the power, the faith and the protection from our mighty I Am presence. See and feel and bless this glorious light. Let's take our awareness now up through the top of our head, through the silver cord, to our mighty beloved I Am presence. Let's see this glorious, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving presence smiling down on us. Our wonderful presence of God, I Am. And now we see in the center of our chest a beautiful golden sun forming, dazzling and brilliant like the noonday sun. The beautiful focus of light from our I Am presence. Open our hearts and send love and gratitude to our mighty I Am presence for beating our heart and giving us life. And now we see those rays from our beautiful sun in the center of our chest, dazzling and brilliant, billions and billions of rays, going forth and connecting up with each and every miniature sun in all the cells of our bodies, our 4 earthly bodies, all those little inner workers receiving this expanded light. Let's feel the joy, the happiness, and the gratitude of each and every little inner worker of our 4 earthly bodies. Sense and see and feel that wonderful light saturating our earthly bodies. And now let's just fill our feelings with a feeling of love and gratitude. And let's call to the beloved Ascended Masters, the beloved Ascended Master David Lloyd, the great God of gratitude, to fill us, each one and all mankind, with this feeling, that light substance from the Ascended Master realm of gratitude and love. We see our beautiful suns turning a deep shade of pink with a golden radiance. Gratitude and love for all our many, many blessings. Gratitude and love to the great ascended hosts for these marvelous teachings. Gratitude and love for all our loved ones and our friends. Gratitude and love for our homes and our supply. Gratitude and love for all the many, many blessings that we receive daily on our earthly journeys. Gratitude to the great and beloved elemental kingdom, animate and so-called inanimate, the beauty and bounty of nature. God bless, love and thank them, each and every precious one. Gratitude to the beloved angels, and gratitude to all life on our beloved earth. And now we see these rays in this wonderful expanded state, forming a lattice of light, dazzling and brilliant. We see our entire earth folded in this glorious pink and golden light, saturating every part of life on our beloved earth, especially those parts of life that are never loved or thanked, with this wonderful gift, our opportunity of sending love, light, and gratitude to all life. And we just give deep, deep thanks for this. I was just wondering, Drew, would you, have you got a screen? Are you able to read the opening invocation?
Yes. Can you hear me all right though?
Very well, thank you.
Okay. Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kutumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you. From beloved Saint Germain.
Thanks, beloved Drew. Oh, marvelous. Right, so this week we have got Gary's reading for us. Beautiful reading, bless him. And we've got excerpts from Ascended Master Bob. And it's just wonderful. It's not long, but it's just wonderful words from the beloved Ascended Master, really filling us with faith and encouragement. And then we're going to listen to, I know we've listened to it before, but not for a while. And it's just such profound words. And we had it this weekend in the workshop. And I thought, oh, I'm going to play it on Monday. It's just so marvelous, from Beloved Elmoy, the spiritual caravan, which is really, and we have to think of the, he's sort of explaining it in a kind of symbolic way of where we are now. And yeah, it's just a marvelous, marvelous dictation, that one. Bless beloved Elmoira. And then Terry's going to read the second half of the opening of St. Germain's Palace of Man's Purpose, which was, as we know, 1979. So it was quite a while ago, but just lovely. So it's much more of a description about it. So it's good for us, gives us the opportunity to go there, and sort of in projective consciousness, we can go and visit that marvelous temple. And then I'm going to read from Beloved Isis, quite interesting, only short, but show with Osiris, they are head of the hierarchy of the sun, which is closest to the great central sun. So they're many tiers up from where we are. Anyway, bless them. And then beloved Antoinette will take us through our decrees, a very important part of the service. So we'll listen to Gary reading now. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I Am Discourses, Volume 12, Ascended Master Bob, Discourse 3. Remember just a few years ago, Rex, Nada, and Pearl and myself were in human forms of limitation quite similar to your own. Today we are wholly free beings. Now please hold this point as I continue to talk to you, definitely in your consciousness. I had no more idea of the freedom that stood before me at that time I first heard of it, and this good messenger came to Mr. Rayborn's home than you have tonight of your freedom. Yet we stand wholly free beings in the octave of light, so transcendent that I tell you frankly, words fail utterly to convey to mankind what this privilege and right is. Yet we are there, and all the human denials in the world cannot change it. But the person who can believe that, I do not mean in the intellect, but in the feelings, will have touched the mainspring of life that will breathe into your world of freedom of life. You know how the mainspring in watch breathes. So does your vibratory action of life breathe in your world its freedom. Do you know, dear ones, that in your attention to your great presence of life there is a rhythmic breath, not in the physical form, but in your feeling world. There is a rhythmic breath just like that, motion of hand, moving all the time, a magnificent thing. This is the first time this has ever been touched upon before the students. But I want you tonight, because we are going to enter into a powerful activity here. And you, precious people, and those who choose to come under the radiation will find your freedom. Now this is not just a promise, but you are destined to be free if you will give your attention and hold it upon your own God presence and know it's the power of light that goes forth which knows no opposite. Dear ones, how we long to see the students get this. And yet so few have this firmly in their feelings that when they make the call to the presence, it is the power of the light that knows no opposite which goes forth. Therefore, after this meeting is closed, before you retire, raise your hands to the presence, and in the privacy of your own room say, Beloved mighty I am presence, I accept all your power. Give me the full feeling that I need to gain my freedom through my call to you. You take command of my mind, body, and my feeling world, and charge it with your limitless energy, with your mighty directing intelligence, with your enfolding invincible power of protection. As you do that, you will feel the change. I guarantee that there is not one of you who will not. Then call your presence to charge, that to be eternally sustained, and use your power of qualifications to anchor firmly in your world for action everything that you require. Then as you feel that serenity, won't you watch your feelings as you do these things and see how magnificent they act. Then as you do that, you will find a confidence present in your feeling world that you have not had there before. This is a definite, powerful action.
Marvelous. There we have it. I just love it, the way Bob explains things, because I mean, they only did their ascension in the 1930s. It's not so long ago. And yeah, just lovely. And so now we're going to listen to beloved Elmora in these really, really profound words. Just so marvelous. These are profound words from our beloved Ascended Master Elmora, the spiritual caravan. Beloved friends of light and love, I am the gentleman who is responsible for taking your individual little boats out of the shallows into the deep blue sea. It is perhaps wise and expedient that I remain, for a time, behind the human veil, for it is a measure of protection to my life stream as well as to your own. I would endeavour, in speaking thus with you, informally, to give you an understanding of what is the design behind this endeavour, why it was brought forth, and to what purpose we wish to sustain it. With understanding comes illumination and willing obedience. The life stream who obeys without understanding is but the serf and the slave, and serves no good purpose to the masters in this work, which is to become worldwide in its action in the days and years ahead. We are engaged, the other Ascended Masters and myself, in the building of a bridge which will endure until every man and woman and child that belongs to this evolution has passed from the realm of imperfection and limitation over it into God's freedom. Into and under that bridge we are building a foundation made of strong and valiant, hand-picked, hand-chosen life streams who can bear the weight and strength of the energies of the masses when they begin to cross from the shadows into sunshine, from darkness into light, from limitation into freedom, from disease into health and perfection. Some of you have builded bridges through the ages. Some of you know how very important it is to have a strong foundation, lest the weight of the individuals who use it in the future might be more than it could carry. We are the engineers who are endeavouring to find out the strength of the various life streams whom we have called to the colours. Those who choose to remain with us shall have the great privilege and honour of becoming the living foundation of this bridge of living light. When first mankind came out of the heart of God, a bridge of light was sustained, made up of the wide sweep of each one's own silver cord, and every one was in full conscious communion with the God Self. Over that bridge walked the masters and the angels. Over that bridge walked the teachers, the gurus, the guides, and the guardians of the race. Mankind lived in exceeding peace, for they had the counsel of perfection upon which to build their individual endeavours. As the ages passed, that bridge, even like the beautiful marble bridge at Shambhala, disintegrated, as each individual life stream withdrew his attention and withdrew the separate span of his own life energy from the overall width and strength, until that bridge became thin as a spider's web, maintained and sustained by the very few saints and sages of every age, who, foregoing personal pleasure, chose through the attention to hold a connection with the God beings, who, at the farther side of that bridge, vowed to sustain it so long as one remained upon this planet who would send up the span from Earth. Do you know that previous to the coming of Sanat Kumara, there were ages when only one life stream held that bridge? Only one life stream kept it from being severed eternally, and the entire evolution swept into the second death? When our great Lord Sanat Kumara came from Venus, his first activity was to magnetize through his own heart's light the sleeping souls of the guardians of the race, who had unfortunately joined the sleeping evolution for which they vowed to care. Through love he drew in their finer bodies while the physical garment slept, these souls who once had stood before the throne of the Eternal and gave the pledge or vow to life to see this evolution free. To these guardians he spoke, as only he can speak, until their hearts were filled with love for the mankind of earth, and they re-entered their bodies on waking with a deep, determined desire to stimulate the God fire within the mankind of earth and send up those energies to recreate the bridge of light. Why do you think Shambhala has been called through the ages City of the Bridge? Ah, true, there was a lovely carved marble span across which your feet and mine walked in happy innocence, but the bridge that Sanat Kumara builds is made up of the energies of the aspirations and hopes, the prayers and dedications and devotions of incarnate souls.
Again and again through the ages, the great have come, and through the stimulus of their presence have raised a small number into their ascension. Then, for a time, the bridge was strong, and over it passed the fortunate few, who availed themselves of the cosmic moment, before the religion was stripped of its spiritual significance, and became again a dogma of words. If it was not for those few within every age, not one would have achieved his own eternal victorious mastery and ascension. Now again we come, rallying to the banners of Saint Germain, to build a bridge over which every member of this race shall pass. Not only the billions who are presently enjoying themselves in the sleep of the senses incarnate, but also the billions who are awaiting the opportunity for re-embodiment. Some whose creation is so heavy that they would move the very earth from its axis, were they to be admitted until places were made for them by the removal of another presently incarnate soul. For 1 year we have coaxed and pleaded with and loved you, but now we move forward with those who choose to come. Have you ever joined a caravan to cross the trackless wastes of the deserts? Yes, some among you have. I joined one once, following a star, hoping to find a Christ, and I was rewarded. I remember well the preparations of the leader of that caravan, who agreed to accept, on certain terms, pilgrims from various parts of the world, who chose to band their strengths together, and then, after the goal was reached, to go their separate ways. I remember how fierce this leader was. I remember thinking at the time how heartless, for I had not in my conscious mind a memory of the desert, the wasteland, and conditions of nature against which the puny form of the physical body would be required to stand. He was a rough man, and an uncouth one, and he spoke in rough terms. He asked us, each one, if we carried with us a knife, and someone asked why, and he said, "It is better to die upon the knife than to die of thirst in the desert. If you should weaken, because we cannot stop, we must be on our way." Some among our number left the band. He examined well what we carried. He insisted that those who carried too many worldly goods unload their camels or their horses and place in their stead plain water. There was grumbling, because in the exchange of costly goods was money and interest and reward. Some there were who hid worldly goods in their skins in place of water, and they died upon the deserts. He asked us if we wore beneath the silken garments of the day protection against the heat of the desert sun, lest we be stricken as we moved relentlessly forward. Many other things were asked. He was relentless in that discipline. Those of us who abided with his counsel remained with that caravan to the end, and others' bones are bleaching yet beneath the desert sun. Now I seem to hear down through the ages the shout of the leader as he gave forth the signal to proceed. From group to group the call went forth. The sneering camels rose on their reluctant legs. The fiery horses champed at the bit. The lumbering elephants followed slowly, and the ho, ho, ho of the leader resounded through the heart and spirit. I stand in that place today, friends of my heart. We can tarry no longer in the personal self. We go forth to build a world in which perfection shall be the lot of every man. The spiritual sound of the fire of my heart inspires those of you who wish to ride with me in this service. To those who choose to remain, I say, you will cross on the bridge we build one day in safety, in a great deal more comfort, and in a great deal more peace. I cannot force you to be among those who are the builders of the bridge, whose very bodies are sacrificed to the task, whose consciousness is open to the almost superhuman release from our octave. There is blood and sweat and tears in the service of those who choose to respond to the hoe of the spiritual caravan. To those who choose to wait, there will be a beautiful white span made up of the electronic light of those life streams who have lived and died in service. It will be soft to your feet. It will be safe, and the raging torrent beneath will have no danger for you. Someone who has gone before will have stood to his neck in that water, and perhaps been wasted away in the raging flow of the tides. These latter are the men and women who are the builders of this age. Those of you who are ready have been given my individual and collective counsel and opportunity. Avail yourselves of it. If you choose, we march. Beloved ones, having delivered myself of my message, may I assure you I also have developed, which was an essential ingredient to my release, a sweet aside. I have spoken officially, and now I speak as a friend. I love you. I loved you enough to stand before the Mahachahan and implore him to give me the opportunity to contact a few of you and prove that there are incarnate life streams who can believe in intelligences who have no way and means of reaching the outer consciousness through the veil except through an instrument as he would allow. I pledged my life, a great store of my personal energies harnessed reluctantly, for I am a freeborn man, and I have written countless words harnessing the energies of my world to coax you to understand. El Moira.
Oops. Oh, such stirring words from Moira. Oh, it always really touches my heart, that. And so beloved Terry is going to read now. Thank you so much, beloved Terry.
You are so welcome. Greetings, everyone. This is continued from last week, the opening of Saint Germain's Palace of Man's Purpose, an address by beloved Lord Gautama. And now I know that you would like a description of the structural aspects of this new heavenly creation so that you can travel there in consciousness. Realize that at the palace complex, there are many different activities going on at any one time, and no one piece of music can adequately represent the blending of so many cosmic tones. It is a place of rest and of learning, a meeting place where those of differing consciousnesses may come and be forged together with the whole through the power of the flames of truth and unity. And all hindrance shall be mercifully transmuted through the power of the violet transmuting flame, beloved Saint Germain's gift to this new age dispensation. The Palace of Man's Purpose pulsates in the ethers over Mount Avila at Caracas, Venezuela. To come upon the complex is truly an awe-inspiring sight. And were you in the physical, you would find it literally breathtaking. There, sparkling in the sunlight, is a vast white palace built of what appears to be pure white stone. At first, it looks somewhat similar to the palace at Versailles, and in fact was modeled after it in many respects. The palace is surrounded by ornamental gardens of every description, abounding with birds of paradise and a sampling of every bird and butterfly known on earth today. It is the ultimate in elemental perfection, and many of the beings of the nature kingdom are sent there as a reward for exceptional service in their realm. No matter what the nationality the visitor represents, he or she will find a quiet retreat within the gardens that is conducive to meditation and compatible with their spiritual background and traditions. Here in the gardens, the bird call is at its sweetest, and the music of the spheres blends with nature's tonal qualities, all a part of the whole, the one body of God, their creator. Entrance to the palace complex is by invitation only, and the entire focus is protected by legions of angels from Saint Germain's legions, attired in pure white robes, the front of which is emblazoned his emblem in gold and royal purple. We are greeted at the entrance to the gardens by our escort and guided along the paths that lead by gentle brooks, under the arms of great trees of such beauty that you will be compelled to stop and marvel at the outpicturing of the glories of nature. Here you will be able to see the divas and all the spirits of nature, since you are traveling in your etheric consciousness. The fountains play music as their waters dance high in the air, and ornamental sprays of celestial blue and aqua undines, giving glory and honor to the light of God that pulsates in all life. We now approach the main entrance, and we see the golden doors ornately carved with intricate designs representing the languages of all nations and civilizations. The message contained within the design says, "Enter and come to know your purpose for being in truth and unity with your fellow man." As the doors gently open, we step inside the majestic entrance hall, the design of which is patterned after the Chapel Royal at Versailles. Only this etheric counterpart outpictures a magnificence beyond worded description. Tall white and gold fluted columns reach from inlaid floor to frescoed ceiling. There are beautiful paintings upon the walls, and precious jewels glisten in their appointed place amongst the decorative fixtures. Here within the palace, you will find etheric duplicates of the greatest of humankind's achievements, represented in paintings, sculptures, and objects of such exquisite human-made beauty that it is almost beyond belief that anything so lovely could exist on earth. But in the majority of cases, their physical counterpart still lives on, for love of perfection still thrives in the hearts of men, and humankind's love is the key to preservation. 3 long corridors lead off from the entresol, to the left, to the right, and one straight ahead. On either side of these wide hallways are the state reception rooms and personal quarters set aside for many of the visiting members of the spiritual hierarchy. The corridors are like unto the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles, except that there is nothing on earth quite as beautiful. As we walk in silent footfall, accompanied by our guide, down the hall straight ahead of us, we marvel at the incredible beauty of the tapestries and paintings adorning the walls. The floor is inlaid with precious stones, topaz, emeralds, diamonds, sapphires, and rubies. Halfway down this long, long corridor, we come to 2 huge golden doors, each with their own individual sculptured pattern upon them. The entrance on the left leads to the Temple of Unity and the quarters of beloved Micah. The doors on the right likewise lead to the Temple of Truth and the quarters of that Blessed Lady of Truth, Pallas Athena. We continue on, as this is the Palace of Saint Germain, and in this month of October, he will preside over all ceremonies inaugurating this tremendous focus. This is a month of preparation for the new age that dawns on January 1st, 1980. As September was a month for the activity of illumined faith and protection, so now do we concentrate this month on transmuting all imperfection that remains with the violet fire of transmutation. Although the Temple of Saint Germain contains within it the central flame of freedom, the Temple of Purification by Violet Fire over Cuba will remain as the main operative center of all Violet Fire activities. This is the command center, and from the etheric focus above the island Cuba, beloved Archangel Zadkiel and Holy Amethyst will send forth their legions throughout the world. The Temple of Saint Germain, however, is by its very nature the principal focus of the violet fire for the planet, even though there is more activity within the focus over Cuba. The new keynote for the Temple of Purification by Violet Fire is now the magic fire music from The Valkyrie by Wagner. The Temple of Transmutation and Wisdom, which beloved Lord Kamakura offered to Saint Germain as his principal retreat, will now focus the full God attention on illumining the minds of humankind. In the future, as it is now, each time that beloved Saint Germain opens his temple for expanded service, the temple of violet fire purification will be open also. It is not intended that the palace complex be disturbed by too much hustle and bustle, even though there will be much going on at all times. The Palace of Man's Purpose is a place of quiet reflection, a training center where you may attend conferences and meet with many members of divinity. Each member of the New Age Church now has, as a unique privilege, an invitation in perpetuity to come and visit the complex whenever you feel the need. Ahead now, we come to another set of golden doors, and as they swing open, we enter the massive cathedral of Saint Germain. Words are indescribable. The Temple of Saint Germain brings together within its immense design all of the beauty that we have come to know in the cathedrals of Chartres, Reims, Notre Dame, Westminster Abbey, Salisbury, York, St. Peter's, and Canterbury, as well as many others. It is in the shape of a giant cross, at the center of which stands the altar on which burns the sacred fire of freedom, the violet fire. The complex in which the Master Saint Germain resides is the largest of the three, and we see corridors and hallways similar to the ones we have passed through already, leading off from either ends of the cathedral nave. Come often to the Palace of Man's Purpose this month and learn the true purpose of being, the meaning of your life, your purpose for which you took embodiment. Reach up and touch perfection here at the palace, and know that you can attain perfection in all things, for as you so well know, your true God potential knows no limitation. You will become more acquainted with the details of Saint Germain's palace as you visit with us here, and for now I feel that you have sufficient to digest. Let your consciousness do the rest and fill in any details that you feel you would like to know. I bless you and anoint you with the sacred unction of the immortal threefold flame from Shambhala. Great days are ahead for each one of you, and the Palace of Man's Purpose will always be there to provide you with ever-expanding goals to which you shall strive to attain, ever moving onwards and upwards towards your source, yours and mine, the Father, Mother, God. Good morning. And there's a note here. Do you want me to add the note?
No, don't worry about reading all those.
Okay.
They can check it out themselves. I've just put it there because, some people might. Some of the music on it is so beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Terry. Beautifully read. And just a lovely thought, and just so marvelous. And there's an opportunity for us to go and learn and attend those conferences and do those things when we go to sleep. Okay, so now we're going to, I know we've got a couple of things, but we're going to also listen to Samson and Cleo. It's just a lovely, lovely, very unusual friendship. But we first going to do some other things. So let's just change the share here. And so this is from, and as we know, it is the beloved Shambhala retreat, along with the Ascension Temple that is open now for the next 30 days, and where we go in projected consciousness, or we go in when our bodies are sleeping, in our light, finer bodies, and we actually present to the Lord of the world, beloved Lord Gautama, our gifts, or our harvests for the year. And let's hope it is a mighty, mighty harvest. But anyway, I love this. This is to the great spirit of Shambhala. Greetings, and it's from beloved Elmira from the British Freedom Journals. He says, born out of the seed idea received by our gracious regent, Sanat Kumara, in his earnest and selfless desire to help the earth in her time of greatest darkness, nourished by the love of Sanat Kumara and the selfless renunciation of his divine complement, the cosmic being Venus, the spirit of Shambhala was earthborn in the very presence of Sanat Kumara, and his spiritual court, being made manifest in this physical appearance world. The spirit of Shambhala then became and remains today a living, pulsating, vibrant, and radiating center of living light, motivated by divine love, sustained by service, energized by practical works on behalf of the redemption of the evolutions, using the planet Earth as a schoolroom. Each being, including the new Lord of the world, Gautama, responded to the divine feeling of that ineffable love, entered into the shining presence of Shambhala, received there the impetus to go forth in impersonal service, and, after each visit, left some of their own essence of universal brotherhood to further develop the spirit of Shambhala. The spirit is a real, living, intelligent being of light. It is a source of encouragement to all who seek more light upon their spiritual paths. It is also the impetus to the teachers of the race to go forth and serve the Lord of the world. As all beings enter into the Spirit at the beginning of this holy season, bringing their sheaves of accomplishment of the year, this Spirit glows with added light. Place your attention upon the Spirit of Shambhala at least once in every 24-hour period. Consciously enjoy its blessedness and let it energize in and through you the vital spiritual energies from your Holy Christ self, so that you too may engage in the delightful task of widening the borders of God's kingdom here on earth. And how lovely is that? Moira, the way he says things is just so marvelous. So there's our opportunity to connect with that wonderful spirit of Shambhala and all the great beings that are there. Just so lovely. And now we're going to say our decree for our beloved brothers and sisters who have left their physical bodies and need help. Such a wonderful opportunity every week. So we say it together, and every day if we choose, we do it as well. So let's just say this together. Beloved presence of God, I am in me. Beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my beating heart. And beloved Saint Germain, while my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream, including that in my causal body, be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms to gather the full, to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be drawn into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated, destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so that when they are summoned for re-embodiment by the Lords of Karma, they bring into incarnation only a heritage of perfection and carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We accept this done now with full cosmic power, and so be it, beloved I am. And we thank you. Thank you, thank you. Now we're going to watch this very sweet video. I thought it was really lovely. I hope you enjoy it too.
Samson is very awkward with other dogs or even other humans. He just doesn't always know how to play with them. When he's at the dog park, he'll always be the odd one out, just sitting in a corner, doing his own thing, but not interacting with other dogs. Samson joined our family to be trained as a medical response service dog, but he takes it a little too seriously sometimes. Even when he gets time off to play, he has a hard time understanding when he can just be a dog. The idea of bringing a kitten home came when Samson met his first cat while we were traveling. He spotted a kitten through a window and he immediately wanted to play. It was definitely an aha moment, seeing that he can make very deep social connections. It just has to be the right animal. So we had decided to adopt a kitten a couple of months later. Cleo When we brought Cleo home, we placed her backpack in the middle of our living room. We opened it up, and Samson immediately came up and started sniffing. We pulled Cleo out, and he got so excited. We weren't expecting he would be so excited that he couldn't even control himself anymore. It was so heartwarming to see him just come out of his shell and immediately form that connection with Cleo. Samson treated Cleo differently than other animals in his life. He immediately wanted to be with her at all times. We started taking Cleo on all of our outdoor adventures, and she quickly became a great hiking buddy. On one of our hikes, Cleo got tired. She started dragging her feet. She didn't want to walk anymore and started meowing. So we figured, well, we can put her on our backs, or we can see if she will ride on Samson. So we placed her on Samson's back, and she held on with her claws and stayed there. She seemed to really enjoy herself. Now when she gets tired, we place her on Samson's back, and she just enjoys the view from up there. He seems very proud that he's holding his sister on his back. When I see Samson and Cleo, I see two very different animals who love each other and trust each other. Samson is a huge dog, and Cleo is a tiny, tiny kitten. So it really shows that friendship doesn't have any bounds. Anybody can be friends. Cleo has allowed Samson to come out of his shell and to explore the world more, and we never really thought that that would happen.
So lovely. I really enjoyed that. I just thought, Samson was definitely not interested in the dogs, but he very connected very nicely with Cleo. So it's just so interesting, so lovely. And now we have this opportunity to make our decree for all our beloved animal friends and the insects and the reptiles, all that life surviving on our beloved earth. We say together, beloved, I am presence of all mankind. Charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all and bring comfort to the animal kingdom. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it, and so be it. In God's most holy name, I am. We accept it done, and we thank you. Thank you, thank you. And then I just wanted to say, this is because I'm going to read from Isis, who is the divine complement of Osiris, and you can see now up there the whole sort of chart of the various planets and the suns. So they are the very closest one. That the central sun is not shown on here, but you can see. I just thought that would be interesting, so that you can sort of put it into context. And I'm just going to read it. It's not long. It's actually very short, but it's interesting. And so this is what beloved Isis said. I am Isis, the sun goddess, come into the atmosphere of earth for one purpose, and one purpose alone, to bring the light of understanding to the recalcitrant human race, and particularly to those who purport to be their teachers. My subject refers primarily to the magnificent service of the seraphim, cherubim, and angelic host, who are the emissaries of the universal I Am presence, and those of us privileged to be a part of the fire of creation. Sheila, bend the knee before the seraphim, the cherubim, and the angelic host. Without their kindly and voluntary assistance, you would not even have a planetary abode, nor a temple, not fashioned with hands, that's with the physical body, wherein there blazes the immortal, victorious threefold flame of God, which again as the resurrection flame begins its ascendancy, revitalizes the nature kingdom, the animal kingdom, and is by law the fiat of the ascended Jesus Christ, due to activate the God potentialities too long dormant within you. So there we have it, quite stern words and obviously important, just telling us really to pay attention now and start connecting with our I am presence and learning those laws that govern our lives. So we're going to do that. And now we're going to sing. It's just lovely. It's God presence I am, and really do now steer our earthly course. So this is one of the ones that Johannes and Scott prepared, and also played the guitar and the violin by Tisha and Mike. Just lovely. Lovely. Thank you, beloved Antoinette, for taking over now. Thanks, Ant.
Thank you, Anthea. And thank you for replaying that wonderful, wonderful message from beloved Elmira. I just love that spiritual caravan. I can still remember listening to it years and years ago, sitting around the table and the fire in your cottage, long, long time ago. It's still so powerful. So now we give all our love, power, and authority to our beloved I Am Presence as we make these mighty calls, the calls for the purification of our earth and the freedom of all life on her. We begin by saying together, Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world, right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source, so this may never act again, and raise up to positions of power the divinely chosen leaders. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. Our decree for protection. Beloved mighty I Am Presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful that we are given whatever added protection is needed. And what we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. We just take a moment to see, feel, visualize this mighty impenetrable, protective pillar of light, blue and crystal, surrounding each and every one of us, around this group, around our friends and families, our loved ones, and around all those across the face of the earth, standing up for truth, justice, and freedom for all life on this earth. God bless, direct, perfect, and protect each and every one. We thank you. Another wonderful opportunity where we have to call in that mighty violet fire, that flame of transmutation and purification. We say together, mighty I am presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those that minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire and cause a mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, call, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. I decree for the elementals. I am the light of God that never fails, purifying, loving, thanking, and blessing the great directors of the elemental kingdom and every beloved earth, water, air, and fire elemental for your ceaseless service to me and to all mankind. I am the mighty cosmic light, awakening all mankind to the great intelligence of this kingdom. And so be it. Beloved I am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I am presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I am the presence, charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. Beloved cosmic I am presence and great goddess of liberty, direct the cosmic light of liberty as of 1,000 suns into the cause and core of anything attempting to delay the divine plan of the Great White Brotherhood for the earth's eternal freedom and release us from all tyranny here and now. We thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice blazing throughout the world, right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. Knowing that I am all powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done everywhere, here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it. And so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. We say together, I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and doubled each hour until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And we end off as we always do with that mighty focus on divine love. As together we make that call to the secret love star, that mighty focus of cosmic divine love from the great central sun, that mighty supreme light that cannot be requalified with any human thoughts or feelings. And we ask now that each and every one of us be enfolded, every man, woman, and child, and the entire elemental kingdom, be clothed in that substance, the pink and golden light from the secret love star. That mighty substance that pushes out all imperfection, all limitation, or disharmony or distress of any kind, filling our etheric, mental, emotional, and physical body with peace and harmony, love, charity, courtesy, kindness, goodwill, that feeling of unity, one holy family. Beloved, mighty, secret love star, make each and every one of us, or life on this earth, a living sun of pure divine love. And as we see all those suns just lighting up across the face of the earth, we see our entire earth become a blazing star of pure divine love. And we just send our gratitude and love to all the beings invoked all those who maintain and sustain this great gift, the focus of cosmic divine love. Mighty I am presence of all mankind, come forth and charge every man, woman, and child, all life evolving on this sweet earth, in the light and love from the secret love star, and keep it eternally sustained. We thank you, each and every one of you, for adding your light to these mighty calls. Thank you.
Thank you, beloved Antoinette. And what a marvelous thought. Every heart filled with that light and love from the secret love stars, we become sons of light across the earth. Just so lovely. Thanks, beloved Ant. And now we're going to read Jenna Smith, beloved. Are you able to read? I'm sure you are.
I am.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome. Before ending the session, we all say with our mics muted, Beloved, I am presence, and beloved Master Kuthumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfection and expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved presence of God, I am, pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the masters. We thank you.
Lovely, bless you. Thank you so much, Jenna. Lovely to hear you talking. And thank you, everybody. Let's just take a minute or just a moment to send love and gratitude to our I Am Presence, all the divine beings that assist us in these wonderful teachings. Just deep, deep gratitude and thanks, really. Thank you. And that's it. So what I'll do is I'm going to actually stop the